Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, 1813, is a novel deeply embedded in the specific social and economic realities of Regency England, a period marked by the Napoleonic Wars and the rigid structures of the British class system. Culturally, it reflects the central importance of marriage as a woman's sole viable career, dictated by the system of primogeniture, whereby estates like Mr. Bennet's were entailed to male heirs, and strict social codes governing female conduct and courtship. The arrival of wealthy, unmarried men like Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy into a neighbourhood drives the plot, highlighting the precarious economic position of genteel women without independent fortunes. Historically, the novel was written during a time of significant social change, as the old landed aristocracy, represented by Darcy, began to uneasily intersect with the rising professional and mercantile classes, represented by the Bingleys' trade-derived wealth. Austen subtly engages with the intellectual currents of her age, critiquing the sentimental novels popular at the time, and embracing a rational, Enlightenment-inspired emphasis on moral education, self-knowledge, and practical virtue. Thus, while focused on the domestic sphere, the novel is a sharp commentary on the economic pressures, gender inequalities, and social hierarchies that defined early 19th century English life. Within Jane Austen's literary canon, Pride and Prejudice stands as the most iconic and perfectly balanced expression of her enduring themes and masterful narrative technique, establishing the blueprint for her subsequent works. In terms of content, the novel is Austen's most definitive exploration of the interplay between individual merit and social standing. The central theme, How First Impressions, in novel's original title, and Prejudice, Obscure True Character, becomes the archetypal Austen plot. Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy's evolution from mutual disdain to self-aware love models, the Austenian ideal of moral and emotional education, a theme refined in Emma's misguided matchmaking, and Sense and Sensibility, the balance of reason and feeling. The economic imperative of marriage, introduced here with urgency through the Bennet family's predicament, is a constant throughout her novels, treated with comic gravity in Pride and Prejudice, and with near-tragic consequence in Mansfield Park. Furthermore, the novel establishes Austen's classic character types: the vivacious, discerning heroine, Elizabeth; the aloof but honourable hero, Darcy; the foolish parent, Mrs. Bennet; the unprincipled, charming villain, Wickham; and the comic clerical figure, Mr. Collins, all of whom find variations in her other novels. Stylistically, Pride and Prejudice showcases Austen's pioneering use of free indirect discourse at its most sparkling and effective. The narrative voice seamlessly merges with Elizabeth's perspective, allowing readers to experience her wit and misjudgments simultaneously, while maintaining an ironic, overarching authorial control. This technique, more fully developed here than in the epistolary Lady Susan or the more straightforward Northanger Abbey, becomes her signature tool for psychological insight and social satire. The celebrated dialogue is not merely exposition, but the primary engine of plot and character revelation, as seen in the verbal duels between Elizabeth and Darcy. The novel's famous opening sentence, "It is a truth universally acknowledged," epitomizes her ironic, epigrammatic style, which uses hyperbole and understatement to critique social absurdities. While later novels like Persuasion adopt a more subdued, autumnal tone, Pride and Prejudice represents the pinnacle of her early comic style, economical, witty, and brilliantly structured. Its enduring relevance lies in this perfect fusion. It is both a timeless romantic comedy and a precise critical dissection of the society that produced it, establishing the model of the novel of manners and securing Austen's place as a foundational figure in the English literary tradition.